can't do that with my eyes. With my eyebrows up like that. I just can't. Hello! Road Trippers, Yogi here. Throwing a live at you as I work. Well, I'm not working right now. I'm actually taking a break and driving back to my area. So I thought I'd stop in and say hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Don't know if anybody's going to be watching this. As far as comments, I don't see anything yet. Excuse me. So, what's going on, folks? Nothing? Good. I am currently in, I think, Menominee Falls. I start out my day in West Bend, Wisconsin when I'm Ubering, and I went so far as Kenosha. So Kenosha is right along the Wisconsin-Illinois border area. So I started out in West Bend, Wisconsin, and I ended up down in Kenosha so far today. That's 73 miles from where I live. So the thing with Uber is that you just can't, you don't know where you're going to go with Uber. Uber is, hello, how are you? Hey, I believe she's from Greece. Is it Eleni? Eleni? Hi, Eleni. She's from Greece. She has her own channel, so check her out. If you're in the comments and you see it, hello, my friend, how are you? My son actually went to Athens with his band back in 2018. Was it 2018? My oldest son went with the band from the high school to Athens, Greece. So they were in Greece, and my son's a world traveler. I have my Athens hat on right now, my Hard Rock Cafe Athens hat. So hello, I think it's Eleni. I can't tell or not. I can't read the name. It's too small in the corner. I should probably have my glasses on, but then I can't see when I'm driving. I'm driving like I'm drunk. So I lost my train of thought now. I can't believe that happened. I don't know if you heard me, but I was talking about my son. I have the Athens hat on. So my son went to Athens, Greece. My son went to Athens, Greece in 2018. So he's been to Greece, and I've watched her channel. So folks, if you're looking to see something neat from another country, check out, I believe the name's Eleni. I can't see while I'm driving. Check out her channel because she's got some pretty neat episodes from Greece. Other than that, I'm just driving right now. I'm trying to get back to where I was. I start in my little town of West Bend, Wisconsin, which is about 35 miles northwest of Milwaukee. And I was taken down to Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is 73 miles from where I am. So I've been making my way back from Kenosha, and I've been getting orders and deliveries, doing Uber all morning, and I've been anywhere from Kenosha to Milwaukee and back and forth. Now I'm in Menominee Falls, if anybody's familiar with the area, and I'm just trying to get back up towards my area. So it's been interesting. I'm seeing stuff in the chat. I'm very sorry. I can't read them all. I apologize. But I have some good news to share with you folks. Now, if anybody's been following my channel for the last month and a half, you have noticed that I've been talking about editing, and I've been having issues with my editing. And good night. Whoever left that one, I can't really see it. It says good night, man. Good night to you as well. So I've been having editing issues for the last month and a half. And my son, thankfully, my oldest son, Nate, props to you, buddy, love ya. I'm not a computer savvy guy. So when I was having issues, I would ask him to help me out. And I'd send things to Power Director, or Cyberlink, who runs Power Director, the editing software I use. And it was this big back and forth email-wise. And nothing was happening. I was having this issue where I dropped something into the actual editing part, and when I would cut the clip, I was getting these weird effects on the clips. And it never happened before until they sent the last update through. So this was going on for like a month and a half. I was getting very discouraged. I was like, I'm gonna have to start editing with another software and have to learn that all over again. And then finally my oldest son kind of looked at what I was doing. I was trying to figure something out. Again, I'm not computer savvy at all. My son is more. So he figured it out. He did a couple of things that they asked him to do on Cyberlink. I was trying to do it myself, but wasn't doing it. A very good job of it. And I ended up asking him, and he got it fixed. And so the editing is taken care of now. I can finally start editing again. I have been editing. The last couple of episodes have been worked just fine. So I'm so happy for that. And now it's like onward and upward. So that's been taken care of. Again, for those of you just tuning in, I see people commenting. I'm really sorry. I'm driving right now. I can't really respond to you. I'll try to when I hit a red light or something like that. But as of right now, I'm just driving. I'm in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. I've been Ubering/working all day. And I'm trying to get back towards my area that I'm used to being in. Uber drugged me down from... I start out in the town that I'm in, West Bend, and they took me down to Kenosha, which is right along the Wisconsin-Illinois border. And so that's 73 miles. When you do Uber, there's a couple things when you're doing Uber that I do not like so far. Now, I just started doing Uber passenger pickup, and that's what this has to do with. When you get an order or to pick somebody up, you are given how many minutes away they are on your screen, and then you get to see their rating, and that's it. So you don't know the name of the person or anything until you accept the pickup. So after you accept the pickup, then you I was waving a car over. Only then do you see a name, but you don't know where you're taking that person until they get in your car. When you get to the spot where you're picking them up, you don't know where you're taking that person until they get in your car. So I don't know if Uber does this so people don't cancel orders, like drivers don't cancel them, but what Uber doesn't realize is that we have lives too, and that we may have some kind of prior engagement, and we might not be able to take these people where they're asking to go. So I'm in downtown Milwaukee, and this lady gets in my car, and she, I start the Uber drive, and then it finally tells me where I'm taking her. I'm taking her to Kenosha, which was like 45 miles away. Okay, that's not bad. I usually don't have a problem with taking people if it's early enough. I mean, if it's closer to my time of quitting, or if I have something going on, an engagement or something later in the day, I really don't want to have to tell a potential passenger, I can't take you, but I have. I've had to twice now decline taking a passenger because I've had prior commitments. And they get in the car, and the next thing you know, they want to go to the airport, which is like 35, 40 miles away from where I live. And with traffic, it's just like, there's no way I'm going to get there and back in time. So there's been a couple people that I've had to decline and say, sorry, I can't take you. And they're disappointed, but they understand. I wish Uber would do something about that and let us see where we're taking a person before we get there and have them in our car, because it's very awkward to tell them when they're in my car, I'm sorry, but I can't take you because Uber doesn't tell me where I'm taking you until you're in my car, and I just don't have the time right now to go that far, and it makes the driver look bad. So So this lady gets in my car and she's going to her sister's graduation, and her sister is in Kenosha, which is, like I said, like 42 miles away. Now, I had no problem doing it. It was really early in the morning. It was like 9 o'clock a.m. I was like, that's fine. I don't mind. It's mostly freeway traffic, so you're not dealing with side streets and stuff all the way down. And but I want to tell you an interesting one. Right after I started doing UberX passenger pickup, I was out in, it's like Slinger and Hartford, two little towns that are kind of by West Bend, about 10 miles away. So you're about 35 miles northwest of Milwaukee at this point. So she gets in my car and she goes, you know, we're going to Illinois, right? And I'm like, so I look at the clock and it's like noon. It's like right about this time. So I looked at her and I'm like, well, you're in my car now. I guess I am taking you to Illinois. And it turned out to be a 115 mile one-way Uber trip. And by that point, I was kind of interested. I wanted to know how much Uber was charging her, so I could figure out, okay, how much am I going to get from this? Because Uber charges you a service fee. They charge the drivers a service fee. They take like 40%, 50% or whatever for a service fee, which I find ridiculous because I'm doing all the work. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, you got to pay the people that are doing the help and everything like that. I understand that. But so I asked this lady, I said, well, how much is Uber charging you to drive this 115 miles for me to drive you there? And she said, $215. And I was like, $215? I'm thinking you could have took a Greyhound, you could have took an Amtrak, but you wouldn't have had the personal service of me driving you there, but you probably would have saved some money. So I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. Now I'm going to drop her off. It took like 2 hours and 15 minutes to get her down to where she lived. Now she lived in west of Chicago, west of Schaumburg. If anybody's familiar with the area, I think it was like Steenbrook, Illinois or something like that. So she gets out of the car and I'm waiting to see how much I get. And I got $129 out of the $215. So I'm like, well, okay, you know, I drove for 2 hours. That's like $55 an hour. Can't beat that, right? Money's going back in the gas tank, of course, but so she did leave a really nice, she put a $70 tip on that. So it turned out to be a $200 delivery, which I was like thankful for. I was like, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. But that's one of the things I don't like about Uber is that you don't know where you're taking somebody until they're in the car. I don't like that. It's kind of like you're basically in the dark, and you can't really, you know, then you feel guilty trying to turn somebody down when, you know, because they want to get somewhere, and you end up driving all that way to get to the customer, and then you find out, well, you're going somewhere that I don't have time to do. I don't like that. I wish Uber would change that. I guess if you're a higher level in the Uber, they have like a gold and a platinum and a diamond and stuff like that. I guess when you're higher level, you get to see that stuff. But if you're starting out, that's kind of annoying to me, because it's like you're trying to get somebody to want to do this, right? I mean, you want somebody to do the Ubering. So you might want to help them out a little bit and let them know where you're going, and just kind of make it a little bit easier for that person and not throw that added stress on of, okay, this person's in my car, where are we going? Oh my gosh, we're going 115 miles. I wasn't expecting to go 115 miles. So it's kind of, Uber really needs to figure something out like that. All these driving apps, they have their good points, they have their bad points. Other than the, I haven't hit a stoplight. I'm sorry, folks. I see comments below. I'm really sorry. Once I hit a stoplight, I will gladly respond to any comments. But other than the Uber thing and the editing thing, which I'm really thankful for, again, to my oldest son, Nate. Thank you very much, Nate. I appreciate you helping me out. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. My wife and I did book a trip, an upcoming trip, like a 3-day midweek trip to Galena, Illinois, which is in northwestern Illinois, kind of around the Dubuque area, a couple, like 30 miles from Dubuque. It's a very beautiful little older town. The downtown area's got a lot of shops and stuff like that. I believe it's the hometown of Ulysses S. Grant, one of our presidents. I think it's him. I apologize if I'm getting that wrong. It's a really neat area. I've been there before with my friend Janie at the couch, but we only spent one night there, and we did a couple ghost tours. Those ghost tours are actually in my playlist. If you want to go through my playlist, they're from like 2 years ago. So those were fun. But we really didn't spend a whole lot of time there. We were just there one night. And this time my wife and I are going to be spending, we're leaving on a Tuesday and we're coming back on a Thursday. So we're going to have a little more time for me to get out and hit some of the small towns in southwestern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, northwestern Illinois. And I'm hoping to get a bunch of content done while I'm doing that. Other than that, I don't really have any big trips scheduled as of right now. I would love to. I mean, I wish I could do road tripping full time, but if I was by myself and didn't have my wife, obviously, and one of my sons is moving out, my oldest son Nate, so he's gonna be moving out of the house, and I do have a younger son Aaron, who's 19, who is still living at home with us. If I was living on my own, it would be great. I could go around the country and DoorDash as I need to and Uber as I need to and film stuff, but I really can't afford to do that at this point. So I'm kind of centrally location wise, I'm pretty much, it's going to be Wisconsin until I can get to the point where I can do other things like that. So other than the Galena trip, I really don't have anything scheduled as far as trips go. I'm sorry, I'm kind of distracted with the driving right now. I'm looking for a place to pull over so I can read some comments, because where I am right now, there's no stoplights or anything, so I'm looking for an area, even a parking lot. I'll pull into somebody's driveway, just pull up to their house and start reading stuff. Here, let's pull in here. It's a nice little empty factory. AC Precision, and I think I'm in Slinger now, to be honest, or Richfield, one of the two. But let me turn our car around here, and let's check out some. I got to put my reading glasses on, folks, so I can see. When you get old, you can't see. So, let's see here. Oh, boy. Ooh, hello there. All right, let's read some comments, shall we? All right. Sorry, I have to bring the phone a little closer. Alini, again, she has a channel. She is in Greece. And if you want to check out her channel, she has some pretty interesting content as far as Greece goes. I live in Wisconsin, which is in the United States. Happy Pride Month to you as well. That's right, June is Pride Month for those of you who don't know. So happy Pride Month. Actually, down in downtown Milwaukee right now at the Summerfest grounds, they are having Pride Fest. So there is a Pride Fest going on downtown. So happy Pride Month to you. Hey, man, been watching for a while. This is Jesse Presley. Love your channel. I'm going up north to Tomahawk. Rhinelanders soon. Got any recommendations for up there? My sister lived in Rhinelander for quite a long time. We used to go up there a lot. There's not a ton of stuff to do. Rhinelander is known as a hodag country. There's this mythical beast called the hodag that's up there. And Yeah, I know. I was just downtown. I was just downtown in Milwaukee, Jesse. I understand totally. Um, I was dropping people off by the art museum. I was dropping people off by the Pabst Mansion. So yeah, I was just down there. Um, yeah, as far as Rhinelander Tomahawk, lots of lakes if you love fishing. Other than that, boy, there's really not a ton of stuff. Rhinelander. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since my sister moved down. She lives in Appleton now, and her and I run a ghost tour in Appleton in October or September and October. So she lives in Appleton now, but she lived in Rhinelander for probably 15, 20 years. It was quite a while she lived up there. Um, oh boy, what else is going on in Rhinelander area? Yeah, other than boy, fishing. They have a Rotary Park in Rhinelander that's kind of neat. Wow, what's going on here? Something just popped up on my screen. Um, they have a Rotary Park that's kind of neat. They might have a festival up there while you're up there. Other than that, Rhinelander's a pretty quiet area. Um, yeah, but again, fishing, swimming, camping, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know what you're really into, so I really can't describe, you know. You want to know more about the ghost tour? Well, it's called the Appleton Haunted History and Mystery Tour. And if you want to learn more, you can go on www. Whenever I say it fast, it sounds goofy. So www.spooks, it's all one word, spooksandspiritstours.com. And it's something's popping up on my phone. Let me put this back. I apologize, folks. It'll tell you all the info. We don't have the dates up yet for this year. We're still trying to figure out, because they have some festivals and stuff that are happening in downtown Appleton that kind of make it hard for us to do the tour on certain weekends. So right now we're just trying to get the ball rolling. We usually start talking about the tour right about this time of the year. So again, it's www.spooksandspirits, so SPOOKSANDSPIRITS tours.com. And we will have dates up there shortly. We just got to figure out what's going on for this year. We started doing them in 2019. It's fun. I used to actually do a ghost tour in Cedarburg, Wisconsin for a year. And that's a really great little town, really nice little area. Unfortunately, politics got involved there, and for whatever reason, I was only able to do it 1 year, which is a shame. But Cedarburg's a really neat area. Other than that, folks, I really don't have much else going on. I'm just right now just trying to drive back, and I'm doing my Ubering right now and making some money, and gonna take the next couple of days off. I usually do my filming on Mondays or Sundays, depending on how the weather is. Today it's kind of cloudy, gloomy. Yeah, other than that, not a whole lot. I wish I had more updates for you as far as things that I'm doing, but yeah, if you love fishing in the woods, there is a place up in Manitowish Waters, which is, boy, I want to say like an hour probably north and west of Rhinelander. It's called Little Bohemia. And what happened at Little Bohemia is that John Dillinger, back in the 1930s, had a shootout with the FBI there. And they ended up keeping like the bullet holes and stuff in the glass. They actually have the original glass and stuff that was there. And there's bullet holes all over the place. It's a little restaurant, Little Bohemia, but they have a museum upstairs where, Dillinger left some of his clothing because they all scattered. They all ran. There was a shootout, but they didn't capture him there. He got away. They actually filmed part of Public Enemies, the movie with Johnny Depp. They filmed the Little Bohemia shootout at Little Bohemia. So that's up in Manitowish Waters. Again, that's like an hour. I'm not sure exactly how far away. Kind of like by Lac de Flambeau, stuff like that, if you're familiar with that area, Jesse. Um, there's also, if you're old enough and you like to gamble, there's a casino up in Lac de Flambeau. There's casinos in northern Wisconsin all over the place, little casinos. Um, yeah, other than that, I can't really think of a whole lot of stuff to do. If you're in Eagle River during the winter, they have the snowmobile championship races there. But it's cold up there during the winter. It's cold down here too, but it's cold up there. So, yeah. All right. I think I'm going to end it here because I was kind of just taking a break, and now I'm kind of back up in the area I want to be in. So I got to turn my Uber back on, make some more moolah. But I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and checking it out. Jesse, thank you very much. Who else was on here? Alini, Raj, who said good night, man, right away. And yeah, thank you folks very, very much for watching, and thank you for being a subscriber. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Liking is very important because it helps the algorithms in YouTube, and it gets more people to find me and watch the videos. So like, share, subscribe, comment. I enjoy people's comments as long as you keep it stay smooth. Right back at you, Jesse. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Just keep the comments civil. You know, it's once in a great while I'll get some crazy stuff. Real quick, there was one episode that I did. It's actually my most viewed episode. It's of a plantation down in Louisiana, and some of the hate I got from showing that. Again, I wasn't trying to be political or anything crazy, or I was just filming the tour itself and the tour guide. That's all I did, and a lot of people accuse me of racism and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, it's part of history, folks. I don't know what to tell you at this point. I know, I just don't understand why people would take that as being, I understand the whole slavery thing. I was born up in Wisconsin. I have checked like Ancestry.com. Nobody in my bloodline was doing anything like that. So, again, I wasn't one of those people or anybody in my bloodline who were involved with that. So it kind of hurt that I was getting comments like that. I'm just like, all I did was go to film a plantation down there and just the tour of it, and I wasn't like commenting stupid things or anything like that. I just filmed that video, and I ended up having to turn off comments because people were, accusing me of being a slave. It was ridiculous. It's like, I was born in 1968. I'm not a slave owner. How can I be a slave owner? So other than that, folks, please check out other episodes. I have 400 plus episodes on my channel. I got all sorts of stuff. If you like paranormal stuff, I got that. I got Halloween stuff. That's my favorite time of year. I've got certain road trips I've done, like Route 66 through Illinois. I've done other parts of Route 66. I haven't done the whole route, but I'm hoping to get to do that at some point. Yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff on that channel. So please check those episodes out as well. And until next time, folks, take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And I will see you. I don't know when my next episode is going to upload. Probably Monday or tomorrow. I don't know. I got to check. But yeah, Halloween. You betcha, man. Maxonville Manor. How's it going, Brian? Maxonville Manor. If you're ever in the West Bend area, which is, again, like 35 miles northwest, not even 35, 25 miles miles northwest of Milwaukee, there's a little community called Cedar Creek, and in that community is a very cool Halloween decoration that is Maxonville Manor. It's not like a haunted attraction or nothing. It's just this guy Brian, who does a really great job of decorating his house for Halloween, his yard. So I did do an episode of it very early in my channel, probably 2020. So if you want to check that out, that's way back in my playlist. Other than that, folks, take care. It was good talking to you today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and a good weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.